Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Canzabina every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad, and thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. I'm joined by Jaydev. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again.
Yeah. Viewers, I've received about close to around 20 letters, which I'll be sending by a mail registered post tomorrow to the Prime Minister as well as the Supreme Court judge. So please note that, see, this is the second time that we are approaching the Prime Minister. Let us see what will be the kind of response, as we want justice not only for Sushant Singh Rajput, but for Disha Salian, Jia Khan, and Janvi Kukreja, among many others. So, yes, on that note, let's go to the news. Yogi Adityanath government emerges as a champion of welfare schemes for holistic social upliftment of Dalits. The welfare schemes are a feature of holistic social upliftment in the Modi era, while Yogi Adityanath is championing the same in his own state. While tracing back Dalit politics in UP, one finds it often marked by perpetual monetary handouts before elections, announcements for beneficial schemes, particular to the lower strata, incitement against so-called upper castes to mobilize the Dalits, and so on. The race among politicians to call themselves to real Masiha of Dalits continued much vociferously after the Mandal Commission reports of 1980. But one would rather argue that today, Dalit politics, much like the society, is going through a churn. In the book Makers of Modern Dalit History, authored by BJP leader Guru Prakash Paswan and Sudarshan Ramabhadran, while discussing Dalit assertion to seek representation, they write that Dalit youths are silently striving to be something big that really helps people, and not just of their own community, but of their entire nation. Instead of playing cards of identity politics, UPCM Yogi Adityanath is walking the talk for Dalit representation in commerce and industry. Yeah, back to you, Jay.
Yeah, so coming to a Happy New Year 2022. It seems that on Sushant Singh Rajput's Facebook page, there was a New Year greeting, and it was none other than his sister Shweta Singh Kirti. She had written a congratulatory message to the fans of Sushant Singh, and the post was written by her, and it was like a good feeling among all the fans. And this is what she wrote on Facebook on Sushant Singh Rajput's official Facebook page. Happy New Year to all. This is Shweta Singh Kirti, who is wishing you all on behalf of my brother. Fan feelings. I mean, it was kind of nice to see sort of message from Sushant Singh Rajput's Facebook page.
Yeah. Now, back to Nawab Malik. Falsehood doesn't seem to stop. The Maharashtra minister targets the probe body. Nawab Malik's comments came days after the NCB approached the Bombay High Court to cancel the bail granted to his son-in-law in a drugs case. Maharashtra Minister Nawab Malik on Sunday fired a fresh salvo at the NCB, alleging that the NCB officer called a punch to sign backdated Panchnama papers in a case. Malik's comments came days after the NCP approached the Bombay High Court to cancel the bail granted to his son-in-law in a drugs case. When contacted, an NCB official refuted Nawab Malik's allegations and termed them as false and baseless. Addressing reporters, Malik also released two audio clips, one of a conversation purportedly between an NCB officer called a punch, which means a witness, Maddie, to sign backdated papers related to a case. Another audio was of a phone call purportedly between the punch and NCB's Mumbai zonal director, Samir Wankhede, whose tenure with the Central Anti-Drugs Agency ended on December 31st. The NCB's falsehood doesn't seem to stop. The way officers have made bogus cases by getting signatures from witnesses on blank papers, implicating people in false cases, and now, to set the cases right, they're calling the punch to sign on backdated Panchnama papers, Malik said. I'm going to approach a court in this matter, the NCP spokesperson said. Nawab Malik said his son in law, Samir Khan, arrested in a drugs case last year and later released on bail, was being singled out to put pressure on him. But he will continue to expose the falsehood of NCB officials. The agency has the right to appeal in a higher court if they're not satisfied with the order, but appeals are pending in actor Ria and Shoaib Chakravarti's case, a drugs case linked to the death of actor SSR. It would have been better had the papers pertaining to Samir Khan's case come in public domain from court, he said. But the way PR agencies circulated unsigned papers of the NCB reflects malified intention behind this, the minister claimed. Nawab Malik, without taking any names, also claimed that a very senior BJP leader in the state has been lobbying with the Union Ministry of Home Affairs for Wankhede's extension in the central agency in Mumbai. When contacted, the NCB official said the person Maddie, who is talking to an NCB officer in the audio clip, is one of the witnesses in the case. At the time of filing a charge sheet, we called such witnesses. There is nothing like signing backdated papers or any other documents. Whatever allegations the minister is making are false and baseless. We have not threatened anyone for anything, the official added. Mr. Malik had earlier targeted the NCB, particularly Wankhede, multiple times after Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan, was arrested in a cruise drugs case in October 2021. Aryan Khan was later released on bail. It seems like, Jaydev, that Nawab Malik and the NCP don't want anything to work in the normal manner. They want everything to go around what their own dictates, and their own dictates are so corrupt that if the country goes around that, then there will be no honest man left in Maharashtra. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, see, I would like to add my comments on Nawab Malik. It's like long before, I mean, just few months before, is that he had a verbal spat with Devendra Fadnavis of BJP. And after that, Devendra Fadnavis didn't take up he just forgot about it. So, how serious is BJP in countering Nawab Malik?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, Nawab Malik is trying to go after the
Gain
central
ground.
agencies like NCB, central agencies. So
Yeah,
why is BJP, remaining quiet, right? It's the perfect
yeah.
time for BJP to
For
strike,
them to attack, exactly.
hit back. Yeah. How long will they remain quiet?
Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. Now coming to Sidhu. Now, the BJP resorted to bad politics of vote polarization and using the Enforcement Directorate and other agencies for browbeating opponents to trigger defections. This is what Navjot Singh Sidhu said. And the Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu on Sunday alleged that the BJP is using central agencies to arm twist and browbeat political opponents and cause defections. Now, addressing a rally organized by MLA Balwinder Singh Daliwal, Mr. Sidhu said rival political leaders are being asked to either join the BJP or be put behind bars. The BJP resorted to bad politics of vote polarization and using the Enforcement Directorate and other agencies for beating opponents to cause defections. This is what he said. And taking a dig at the BJP for opening its office in Jalandhar, Mr. Sidhu said a party which was not seen in the state for 5 years has now opened its office just to arm twist opponents. Now, the opening of the BJP office meant that either join us or be behind bars. This is what Mr. Sidhu literally said. And he alleged that BJP is playing dirty games of creating terror among its opponents. Truthful people will remain undeterred by such tricks of the BJP, he said. Now, Mr. Sidhu said the upcoming assembly polls in the state are for the next generation and saving Punjab from the mafia. If you want to save Punjab from the next generation, then vote for us. But if you want to make Punjab unlivable, then you vote for the thieves and mafia. This is what he said. The polls are a big opportunity for choosing between goodness and the mafia, truth and falsehood. He spoke against his political rivals, the BJP, for offering lollipops and making false promises. He said he gives his word after his 13-point program is meant for the welfare of the poor. I promise that I will quit politics if 5 lakh jobs were not given to skilled or unskilled urban labor under his model. This is what he said. So he's desperately trying to gain lost ground in Punjab as far
It's
as the election. Yeah.
Yeah. Rex Bailey says it very well. He says Sidhu, another traitor of India masquerading as some just another substandard politician of India. See, here I feel that, see, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are just using him as a clown, because what they cannot say openly, they make this man say it. And if people accept it, well and good. If they don't accept it, they just say that he's a clown, blabbering nonsense. So either way, the brother and the sister are safe. So this is one of the tactics used by the Gandhis, and this is a perfect, this man has such a thick skin. He will say anything and get away with it, and he is not bothered about his reputation. You know,
I mean, was it not that Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan said that he will come to India if Sidhu is the Prime Minister of India? If you remember that.
yeah, this is
So
not a,
that shows his
this is not a
closeness
banana
to,
republic that this is going to happen. Yeah,
yeah.
Imran Khan maybe he's a loser. He's just a puppet in the ISI hands, and also the fact that see, instead of making his country prosperous, all he's interested is in destroying India. I mean, everybody should be bothered about their country. If he's a prime minister, he should be more bothered about making his country prosperous, and not making people, the middle class people suffer in this manner. There's hardly, the inflation level and all is so high in Pakistan. Okay,
Yeah, the
back to Samir
currencies.
Wankhede.
Yeah.
Yeah. Samir Wankhede reports to DRI, Delhi, today as eventful NCB stint comes to an end. The top NCB officer in spotlight since the arrest of Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan was caught in the drugs on cruise case, had not sought an extension of services. Samir Wankhede, whose tenure as the Narcotics Bureau zonal director came to an end on December 31st. Now he'll report to the director of Directorate of Revenue Intelligence in Delhi from Monday. Now, here I'd like to say, what a shame. What a shame to all the people who harassed Samir Wankhede and his family. What a shame that our leaders could not acknowledge the efforts, the valiant efforts of this brave man. What a shame that we, the public, though we fought, we could not get what we wanted, and which was an extension for Samir Wankhede. You know, and what a shame that the mafia, the politicians, and the Bollywood think that they have succeeded by suppressing such a great officer. Of course, truth will, come out, and everybody already now we can feel that Kali Yuga is, in this Kali Yuga, people are already getting what they deserve. Someone is in a, having a spinal problem. Someone else's movie is not, is not, getting any people in the theaters. And another movie which was supposed to be released with Mahesh Bhatt's daughter also got cancelled, postponed. So this is all happening. I mean, these are all indirect, things that are hitting the people who have made, the innocent suffer in Maharashtra. And don't ever think that Samir Wankhede was a victim. He was never a victim. He was a hero in our hands, in our eyes. And he'll continue to be a hero. Okay, back to you, Jaydev.
I mean, again, I question BJP on this regard. Why are they sitting quiet when honest officer like Samir Wankhede is, he's being harassed
So, in which
every day.
case, I'll also
Yeah.
tell you that, see, why when a very brave RSS worker in Kerala was hacked
Hmm.
to death in front of his
Yeah.
family, did the BJP do something about that? They didn't do anything. When people in Bengal, were killed, our BJP, our own BJP people were killed. What
See,
happened?
and they have won with a sizable majority at the center in last election, 300 plus seats, and still they are not able to
See,
make firm decisions. Yeah.
you have to reassure the public that
Yeah.
justice is important and that we stand with you. If that sort of feeling is not given to the public, how will the public ever understand what you're doing? Everything is good, progress, everything is happening in this tenure. But the most important thing
True.
is the feelings of the public. Are they being addressed? Is justice being addressed? Are the the evil people being punished? This is all very important. That seems to be the last thing. you know, in their book. Yeah, back to you, Jim.
Now, coming to Sunny Leon. Sunny Leon opened up about her infamous interview, which was televised, during which she felt hurt by the manner in which questions were asked. Now, she opened up about her infamous interview with a television anchor in 2016, expressing her disappointment to at the people in the room with her at the time, who did not get up and try to stop it. The interviewer had tried probing into Sunny's past as an adult performer, making her visibly uncomfortable. Now, speaking to media, Sunny said that the incident affected her and that she took a long time to snap out of it. She felt that she had been bashed on television by someone who came into the interview with preconceived notions about her. This was on multi levels of feeling hurt. The biggest question afterwards that there were rows and rows of chairs and people sitting in that room. She added, I turned and I asked, did I hurt you in any way? Did you not think it was okay to come and stop this? She said she wasn't going to step up and leave. Imagine you have worked with these people for several years and not one person thought it was not right to stop this. After this, I even said, "Did I do something?" No one helped. She added that she had been asked those questions before, but she was hurt more by the manner in which the questions were asked. She had received much support from, you can imagine, fans and Bollywood, and was praised for having maintained her composure through it. Now, what do you make of this whole thing?
Yeah. See, one thing is that whoever the person is, whenever a person is interviewed, whoever the person is, the person should be respected for whatever they are. You know, and just because she was in the porn industry some time back doesn't give you the right to make her feel uncomfortable. So this is something I would never agree to. If even if she comes in this channel or any other channel, she should get respect, just like the others. And see, just because she does item numbers in films doesn't mean that she's a bad person. You see, so that kind of thing is, this kind of thing is not warranted. Yeah, back to Omicron, the common viral fever, but exercising caution is important, says Yogi Adityanath. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath on January 3rd termed the Omicron variant of the coronavirus a common viral fever, but said exercising caution is important even then. Speaking to reporters in Lucknow, after inspecting the COVID 19 vaccination program for children in the age group of 15 to 18 years, Adityanath said, it's true that Omicron spreads rapidly, but it is also true that as compared to the second wave of the pandemic, the Omicron variant is quite weak. This is only a common viral fever, but caution and precautions are necessary in any disease. There is no need to panic. He said it took 15 to 25 days to recover for those who were infected with the Delta variant of the virus in March, April last year. And even after recuperating, they complained about a number of problems. But that is not the case with Omicron till now. The virus has weakened, but those suffering from some other diseases have to remain cautious. The government has imposed a night curfew as a precautionary measure, he said. He said 8 Omicron cases have so far been reported in UP, and of the patients, 3 have recovered, and the others are at home isolation. Referring to the COVID vaccination program for children in the 15 to 18 age group, Mr. Adityanath said 1.4 crore beneficiaries will be administered the vaccine doses under the drive, and 2,150 booths have been set up across the state for the purpose, including 39 in Lucknow. He also said more than 20.25 crore COVID vaccine doses have so far been administered to the beneficiaries in the age group of 18 years and above, including over 12.84 crore people who've got the first dose and over 7.4 crore people who've got both doses of the vaccine. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, now coming to the Bulli Bai app. Now, amid an outrage over Muslim women being targeted through this particular app, senior BJP leader and Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi slammed those behind this incident and said any cyber criminal communal conspiracy against the country's culture will not succeed. Now, speaking to reporters, Mr. Naqvi, who's the Union Minister for Minority Affairs, noted that the government has been acting in the matter and has said that such targeting of women are unacceptable. Stern action is being taken against such criminals after their communal conspiracy will be exposed soon. Photographs of at least 100 influential Muslim women were uploaded for auction on an app, uh, and it spread widespread outrage, with IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw informing on Saturday that GitHub, which is the hosting platform, has confirmed blocking the app. The name of the app is called Bulli Bai, and that CERT and the police authorities are coordinating further action into this matter. Mr. Naqvi said that some people with nefarious designs are involved in a conspiracy to defame India, but the country will never allow such elements to succeed in their evil acts. So this is yet another, ploy in the toolkit to sort of cause communal disharmony in India,
Yeah. Okay,
and it is
Jayanti. Yeah.
yeah.
Jayanti Iyer is asking a question. She's saying, I'm hearing from some that Modi ji's new car is important, and from others who say it's not. Any idea? So I just let me just speak a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Like PM's Modi's new car creates a buzz. What we know about the Mercedes Maybach in 5 points. See, Prime Minister Modi's new car is a Mercedes Maybach S 650 Guard, is a new security edition, and let us look at what features it affords. Prime Minister's new car is a highly protective Mercedes Maybach added to his security detail, and it's creating quite a buzz. Amid speculations of the price and other details of the Maybach, government sources said that the new cars are not an upgrade but routine replacement, as BMW has stopped making the model used for him earlier. Before the replacement with the Mercedes Maybach S 690 Guard, PM Modi has used a Range Rover Vogue, Toyota Land Cruiser, and a BMW. According to reports, the car costs over 12 crores. However, an official source told media the car costs much less than the media speculation. In fact, it's about one-third of the price quoted in the media. The five facts you should need to know about the car is that the Maybach S650 Guard is said to be among the top tires of cars used for VIPs worldwide. It is both bulletproof and blastproof. The last time Modi was seen traveling in the car was during the 2-day visit by Russian President Vladimir Putin to New Delhi. The second point is the car comes with the highest certification of standard available to provide 160-degree protection to VIPs. The car has a ballistic protection level of VR10 and is built with a reinforced body shell and glass housing. The car can withstand high explosives and bullets fired from military rifles. The car, which is 5.45 meters long with a wheelbase of 3.36 meters, is powered by a 6-liter V12 engine producing 650 horsepower. The doors are powered by an electric motor. The car also has a 360-degree camera. The car is equipped with features that can cope with unforeseen dangers like a gas attack. During such emergency, the fresh air system gets activated to protect the riders. The car also has a special run flat tires that will continue to function in case of damage or puncture for a quick getaway. Equipped with a self-seating fuel tank, the car also has an inbuilt fire extinguisher. The seats also have special massage functions rising from high intensity to hot relaxing back. The top speed of the car is capped at 160 kilometers per hour. Official sources said the SPG security detail has a 6-year norm to replace vehicles used for the protectee, and the previous cars were used for 8 years under Modi, leading to an audit objection and comment that it was compromising the life of the riders. The SPG, however, ordered some modifications of the car to meet the needs of the Prime Minister's protection. Officials asserted that Modi has not given any preference on which cars to use and noted in this context. The Congress President Sonia Gandhi in the past used Range Rovers, which are actually procured for the then Prime Minister. Now, here, what I'd like to tell viewers is that the Prime Minister never asked. He is given what is suggested for his protection. So please let us not make a big fuss about it because he needs to be protected against the evil forces that India faces. And Prime Minister stands for India. And he is the one who's standing between us and our enemies. Yeah, back to you, Jack.
Yeah, now coming to conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, he said that I was in a relationship with Jacqueline Fernandez in a letter to from Sukesh to lawyer, and ED inquiry case involving Sukesh Chandrasekhar and Jacqueline has taken a new turn. This man has finally opened up on the case in a letter where he has objected to being called a conman. The man has been involved and booked in an extortion case, as all of you know, which amounts to 200 crore rupees. Now, in the letter, Sukesh has written to his lawyer that he has revealed details around his name being dragged unnecessarily and cleared the accusations around his name. Now, according to a report, this is what the letter stated. I have been a corporate lobbyist who has worked with multiple corporate houses nationally and internationally, being a bridge between business houses and the governments of different states. I have been involved in such a business since the age of 20. I've been very close to multiple political parties and top businessmen and families. Now, if there's any dispute in one of the business transactions, merely because of my alleged involvement in the cases which are still under trial, I cannot be leveled as a con or a cheat. By the grace of God, I have made a few thousand crores every year as commissioned through corporate lobbying, and I have no need to con, cheat, or extort anyone. Now, about his relationship with Jacqueline, he spoke about the gifts worth crores he gave her. I was in a relationship with Jacqueline, and that was the reason I had given gifts to her. Any kind of transaction that took place is about my personal life, and none of the amount used in the gifts was part of any proceeds, and the court will decide if it was. She has nothing to do with this case. He further added, all my friends in Bollywood are being targeted just to defame me and make me look in a bad light in society so that I won't be able to do business related to films. Now, this is the latest from Sukesh's case, and now he seems to have gone on the defensive. He must be under some threat.
Yeah. So he's only a small cog in the wheel. There are so many
Yes.
bigger players in this. Meanwhile, now Cordelia has one more thing to shout about or scream about. 66 on board Mumbai Goa cruise ship test positive for COVID. After arriving in Goa's waters on Sunday, the ship was not allowed to anchor at the Mormugao port after one crew member had tested positive for COVID initially. Out of the nearly 2,000 passengers traveling on board a Mumbai Goa luxury cruise liner, 66 have tested positive for COVID, Health Minister Vishwajit Rane said on Monday. The minister also said that 4 persons across the state have tested positive for Omicron. Now, before we end the news, I want to tell you a bit of news that really makes you, sort of look up. A hand-drawn map reunited an abducted man with his family after 33 years. On New Year's Day, Li Jingwei saw his family for the first time in over 3 decades. When Li Jingwei was just 4 years old, he was sold and he was abducted and sold to another family that wanted a son. He was sent to Langkawi, that was 1,600 kilometers away from his hometown of Zaotong. However, Li Jingwei retained the memory of his hometown by remembering its rough map. In December last year, he shared a video on Douyin, internationally known as TikTok, a video sharing app. In the video, he shared the map and he said, "This is a map of my home area, and I have drawn this from my memory," while adding, "I'm a child who's finding his home." Soon his video went viral, and people came with many leads that helped the police track his mother to Zhaokao city of Henan province. They confirmed their findings with a DNA test. and Lee Bai was finally able to meet his family on 1st January 2021 this year. I didn't expect to find, sorry, last year. I didn't expect to find my family so soon. When I saw my family on the first day of the new year, I felt like I was born again, Lee said after he met his family. Lee's story is an example of how the internet can help unite long lost family members, even when the chances are rather bleak. So that's a very interesting piece of news. Okay, let me just leave the line open so that in case you'd like to join us, please do. So this is the link, friends, in case you'd like to join us. And meanwhile, we'll also take a few comments. Arinya says, Karma is knocking on everyone's door. Penguin's spine disabled cause SSR's spine was brutally broken. Yes. I have mixed feelings about SSR. Let's wait for 21st Jan. Lyra, absolutely no shame at all. It's not in their dictionary. Okay. Moving on to Jayanti Iyer. I agree that PM Modi deserves the best as he's our protector. However, others say he does not. Well, we do
I
not need to, yeah, listen to those people who are the detractors. Yeah, Jade?
Yeah, with regards to Jayanti Iyer, I would like to add even our helicopters should be, very secure. It should not be prone to sort of crash or something. If there's some extra security measures which can be taken with regards to helicopter rides, especially with carrying military personnel, it should be taken into consideration after the unfortunate demise of General Bipin Rawat.
Yeah. Rash says these people used to have multiple affairs at the same time. It's like business for them, no remorse or guilt for anything they do. Here, Rash, I'd like to also say that see, now all these top actors are back in the holiday mood to South Africa and to exotic
Maldives,
locales because they don't have anything in hand. Public has boycotted them. So that's another piece of good news. Yeah, Jyoti?
yeah, Maldives also.
Yeah. No, they went to Africa. Ranbir and
Okay.
Alia Bhatt were in Africa, for a safari. And yes, the others usually go to Maldives. Rex, from Sajid Khan to Sukesh, this Jacqueline Fernandez will kiss anything if paid well enough. Yes, all these people, Rex, we're talking about Noura Fateh, and all of them. They're all the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Maya says, what a perfect New Year's gift for the family. Heartwarming India to hear about uniting with the family. Yes, amazing. Kabadiwala's tweet on Samirji's accounts to contempt of court since he is under, yes, a gag order. His tenure has not ended. He was connivingly removed. Absolutely, Rex. See, what you said is 100% right. India's courts all work under top secret now, basically. Nitin, he also charged BJP and MHA ministry for favoring extension of Wankhede tenure. Look at the malicious way in which this Nawab Malik works, Nitin. He has absolutely no shame, thick skin, just because his son-in-law is caught in this web. He'll do anything, you know, and malign anybody to get what he wants. Ranjita, we just want to believe it's a silence before the storm. Shilpa, Sharad Pawar saying Modi offered to make alliance. God knows whether it's true or false. I don't believe a word of Sharad Pawar or his deputy, that is Nawab Malik. Whatever they say is all crap. Rex, the entire court and judiciary system of India gone top secret in all its proceedings. Maya says, as MRV said, that BJP's silence on Kabariwala's attack. Sidhu is Lota, India politics, yes. Mickey. So true, Jaidev, they need to open up, not sit quiet and let this continue. Yes. And Srinivasan, I guess all the corrupt netas are sailing in the same boat, irrespective of which parties they belong to. Are you talking about Cordelia? Savitri. That seems to be the ship taking these people to and fro with things for entertainment. Yeah, Jasna, Happy New Year to you as well, Jasna. Rex, Sidhu, another traitor of India masquerading as some just another substandard politician of India. Maya, as MRV said, BJP's silence on Kabariwala's attack probably shows it's looking for an alliance in the coming days. Yes. Savi Singh, Samir sir will do wonders in future too. Where? Yes, exactly. A gem will shine wherever they are. He's connected with cross-border drug trafficking. Yes. With election fever mounting, Rahul Baba is away on an Italian trip. Here, Maya, I'd like to tell you and the others that every time Rahul returns from a trip like this, some sort of chaos happens in India. It's like they plan something, and they plan it with some other people, big players abroad. And what they bring back to India is chaos. So he should be not only followed, everything, every second what he's doing should be noted. Mickey, Sami stands for truth and will go far and will win in the long run. Yes. Best officer, Samir Wankhede. Sidhu basically is a crass comedian. It's being used by Congress since it knows one, one to know another. Yes. Savi Singh says, Sidhu PM of India, what a joke. Maya Rahul was photographed parting with some. Oh,
I think Sidhu really belongs in the Kapil Sharma show, not in Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha.
I'm glad Samir sir left NCB as he went through hell in these 3 to 4 months. At the center, the center never recognized him, leave alone supporting him. Yes, absolutely, Karthik. कुछ भी कर लो मोदी नहीं आएगा आएगा तो Rahul ही Thailand tourism. Yes, they get a lot of money through him.
Rahul Gandhi can win an election in Wayanad in Kerala.
Yeah. Thank you, Mickey. Ranjita, absolutely. Sad state of affairs for an honest officer. Shobha says politicians use us only for votes. They're not bothered about our mindset. Yes. Yes, 83 is a disaster. In fact, I think now that the actor will have to return the money to his producer, which is his own wife. Ranjita. Shameful indeed. Rex, not one thing done to benefit the people of the country, ever done by the Indian government, no matter what kind of Indians ever come to power. Maya, hope Wankhede back in DARI wreaks havoc in the unholy monetary machinations of the cabal. All our prayers in his future assignments. Yes. It's tomorrow, Nitin. I've just compiled all of them and we're sending it tomorrow by registered post. I'm hearing from some that, we have already explained that, Jayanti. I think Sidhu is trying to ape another famous talker. We all know who is going around making rash promise. Nisha Thomas. BJP looks like another party always waiting for power sharing rather than listening to public sentiments. Jasna, they're not answering public who voted for them. Justice must be to address for the confidence of the common people to gain trust again. Yes, Mickey. Apurva, I would not mind if the government directly, smartly and silently takes action against culprits than speaking. Yes, this would be the best modus operandi, Apurva. This is how people should do it. I was watching one of the, scenes in some other country where these people had come to, sort of protest. And what the policemen over there do is they take the Alsatian dogs and just put them on them. And they beat them with batons. This is how you have to deal with, unwieldy protesters and people who try to make, disharmony in a country. And if we touch a person, then immediately Modi is bad. So there are too many things happening in this manner. May our prayers and best wishes for this year tell truth. Arinya. Happy New Year to you as well, Srividya. Leila. 2022 will be a disaster. No, I don't think so.
I mean,
Laila,
yeah,
maybe
I would like to
mistaken.
add to Laila's comment is that 2022 should be bright because Omicron is not looking serious at all. Like it does not cause any, it has not caused any fatality so far. So,
But now
uh,
I think Israel has predicted
yeah,
another deadly virus.
but so far, Omicron looks like the end of the
Yeah,
pandemic, according to me.
Disha, it's really very disappointing. The BJP is silent. Samir Wankhede deserves the highest merit instead the cabal is niggering. By bringing Sunny to Bollywood shows that they want to normalize adult content and make it cool. Karthik, like Sanjay Dikshit said last night in his live stream, if BJP doesn't take a strong stand
Very
on
yes,
important issues,
absolutely,
it
absolutely.
will it will go to the ground. I suppose. What do you think? Karthik, have you started reading the book? Okay, you all are talking. Yes, I got my copy of the Agori today, so
Mhm.
I'll be starting to read it. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, one second. Leila said she was talking about disaster for Bollywood. Oh yeah. Okay. In that regard, it's
Ah,
yes,
yes,
yes.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Corruption has to be removed for a better future in society, and changes must take place. Wankhede and team did bust a drug gang in Goa on 31st. They got hold of two women traffickers too. He is just too good for our society. I mean, we don't deserve it. Agori, yes, the book. Nisha, can someone clone Yogi and we can have one in every state in India? Karthik, the untold story, yes, of Aghoris. Edu, ma'am, I mailed to PM office regarding Samir sir. I got an answer also. It's sad that Samir sir's tenure ends in Mumbai. Yes. Karthik, not yet ordered. The beginning of the new year has been hectic. Laila, who WHO is also fed up of COVID, and now they're saying it will go to 2022. India said, bring it on, we can tackle. Yeah, that should be the answer. When will younger ones below 15 get a vaccine? Jasna. Very true. Utter shame in them. Truth will prevail. Laila, I received mine, but yet not started to read. Samir Wankhede is a hero, an honest officer. Janet De Cruz. No Wuhan, China virus over the counter tablets. Lol, Bull Bai app. MBA government likely to impose more curb like West Bengal. Yeah, they don't have a chief minister also now. They're just, I don't know who is ruling now. 97 watching, 47. Yes, please hit the like button, friends. It helps us a lot because we do a lot of work and we hope, that this channel also grows and we need your support in that. Shilpa, how silly? How can one sell someone? Tell about how Yogi as CM, how he's see from all the reports that we have been giving on a daily basis, the kind of progress that Yogi has been doing in this tenure is immense, and the kind of projects that they've been launching with Prime Minister Modi, benefits all of them in UP. The roads, the infrastructure, and the number of medical colleges they've opened up in the state, and a lot of so many things. In fact, what we said is that Dalits are having a good a program for them as well, and the youth are working. Dalit youth are working for the country. So there are a lot of things. I mean, if you read on a daily basis, see, while other people like Mulayam, and Mulayam Singh and the others, talk about giving gifts. Yogi is not promising any gifts. He's only telling the public that what he will give to improve the state as an infrastructure, institutions, health facilities, educational facilities, and that's what the public need. And no crime, a crime-free state. All this is what the public want. And as Nisha, beautifully said, if we could have a yogi in every state, that would be the best thing for India.
Yes, really improved Varanasi, uh, the city of Varanasi also during his tenure in terms of cleanliness and stuff.
Actually, Edu, every day we do run some news on Yogi and UP. So we are trying to, inform viewers as much as possible. Plus, of course, there are the, sites that are giving you a lot of information about what Yogi is doing, in the state. It's okay. PM can have a car as there is a threat, so he can have one. Yes, well spoken, Shilpa. GitHub has, I believe, several apps like these. On one app, Hindu girls' photos are being viewed avidly across the border and given ratings. PM deserves a car. In AP, Chandrababu Naidu's bulletproof was mangled and turned to a matchbox by Naxals. Here, Arinya, very interesting comment from you. Also, see, in places like Telangana and all that, see what happens is they build houses with a lot of, the paraphernalia, which is all made out of gold. Nobody questions that. It's only when the prime minister has something that these people have a problem. You know, everybody else can have Italian marble, gold taps and stuff. Only when Modi ji has something, it's a problem for the, for the his detractors. Let him have a car. After all, he's our PM. Yes, he deserves it. He needs to be protected. If TV serial actors can have 3 to 4 cars, why can't our PM have? We were looking at an interview where one of the ministers was being interviewed. Her house is full of the topmost artists' works, which goes into, not lakhs, it will go into crores. They are not questioned because they are all friendly with the media or they are paid. They pay the media. So this media will not question them. It's just like AAP, AAP puts so many advertisements in all the media that Arnab will not speak against AAP. And the other media will not speak about AAP because their revenue comes from AAP. And this is the strategy that Arvind Kejriwal is using. In fact, a lot of people have now started, catching Mamta Banerjee's side. God alone knows how much they are paying them. Karthik. Those who want to hate him will find excuses to do so, and those who respect him, Modi ji will have all the reasons to do so. We should simply ignore such questions. Yes. PM granted 20,000 crores to the farmers' funds in Punjab. He deserves that car. What with the rogue in monster opponents around? Yes. Nothing nefarious, defamatory, or remotely against anything even resembling anything of Indian culture. It only shows the real status of women in Islam. Yes. Wonder our clones are real. Karthik, I agree. So, yeah. Such a high security is most critical given the current environment in our country. Yes, besides the car it's the car for any prime minister, not just Modi ji, not his personal car. Yes, and he's not Nisha. He's not the kind of prime minister who's going to take everything home, as the previous prime minister did, and the previous president did, taking everything home, all these gifts home. These are just for official use. I think the car is chosen by the security. Yes. The most precious gem of India, Prime Minister Modi ji. God bless him. Yes. Chandrika. Apurva. If the future PMs from other countries do not want this new car, please gift it to Modi ji. Shilpa. But PM, please release Kali Charan Maharaj. Yes, that's important. Sitaram Yechury's tweet on his visit to China and addressing the CCP leader as his boss and mentioning his eagerness to fulfill communist ideas in India. Such blatant anti-India stance and no action. Now, the Sitaram Yechury, Maya, should understand that we have a communist government in Kerala. Almost every day, there is a death or some kind of atrocity happening in Kerala. Right from you remember when we spoke about the models who died, then the party, the drug party happening in an island in Kerala. Now people are scared to go to Kerala. because of the kind of crime that exists. And is Yechuri saying that this kind of government is good? A communist government is good for the state? Instead of God's own land, now it has become dog's own land. That's how bad it is. People fear to go there. I wish our CDs would have been protected too, yes. This guy doesn't know that clones are real and what companies already make clones of pets. Can't expect anything else from commies, yes. Gaurav Pradhan says PM's car is made in India and costs rupees 3 crores. Now, this man is someone who loves to talk about, in a manner that creates controversies. He's been doing it in the past. And people have asked me, why don't you bring him in your channel? I've seen the way he fluctuates between this and that. I've seen him many times when he sides the Congress. He's, it's like he doesn't know which side to pick. So this is just another, statement that he's brought out, which is, which agitates people who are nationals, who are patriotic. And even if it is worth 3 crores or whatever, if it is for the protection of our Prime Minister, who is the most important person for India, it's okay. When will Sushant get justice, madam? Joshi, this is a question that you keep asking me every time. I wish I had the answer. A lot of the people we're talking to now, some from the viewers also said that they had seen a tarot reader. I think it was Nisha Thomas, who said that he will get justice. So that's one thing. That was a good thing that she noted. Then somebody else said, another person from one of the viewers said that her friend saw Sushant with her, so in the dream. So don't think that it's going nowhere. Everything, even your letters, everything is leading to something. And perhaps we will get justice, and then we will all celebrate on Candid Meena.
But one important thing I would like to add is that you have to keep the pressure on the government as people. Like you have to keep spreading the word among your friends, your relatives, and this has to be like viral. Like this movement has to be viral. It has to gain large numbers, and then these large numbers should put pressure on the government and ask why the CBI is not updating us on this particular case. Then only will things move.
Yeah. Rex, from a Sajid Khan to a Sukesh, the Jacqueline Fernandez will kiss anything if paid well enough. Yes, that's Bollywood for you. Just now, all the suspects are in custody, but not a word regarding SSR has yet surfaced. Savitri counting still her relationships. Laila, these people used to have multiple affairs. At the same time, it's like a business for them. No remorse or guilt for anything they do. Rush. Jayanti, I agree that PM Modi deserves the best Aziza protector. However, others say he does not. Well, we'll have to, trust our own instincts, Jayanti. I'll just go on to the last few comments. Karthik says, Gaurav Pradhan said Digvijay is the most cutter Hindu. Such a joke. In fact, here, Karthik, I'd like to mention that Digvijay Singh is the person Sonia Gandhi used to, officially send to spoil everything. So he was a mischief maker, always trying to attack the opposition, and he would do it in various ways until one day when he was found. His pictures with a young lady were found. And then when he was exposed, he said that he's going to marry that girl. I think she was a anchor or a journalist. And it was when he was caught in this vulnerable moment, that he was exposed. But these are all, they are all very scheming people, and nobody can trust them. Yes, Gaurav Pradhan's face and also disrespects. Yes, this is something I don't like. And personally, I've been watching the way, like a chameleon, he changes from here to there, which I find rather strange. Anuradha, we must all send emails. That's the least we can do. Please do send the email to Meena if you have not done so already. Thank you, Anuradha, for reading my mind. I've asked the people, all of you have promised that you would send letters. Only some have done it. Whatever it is, it reflects the feelings of the people, and we'll be sending it. And thank you, Anuradha, for that. Shobha, if Gaurav Pradhan is a friend of Digvijay, then boycott him. Yes. Shaila, one thing for sure, all nexus of the fate of the end. Cleanse the system. Yes. Sanjay Dixit is at least not anti-Modi. Yeah. Funny that these people have no problem when those entertainers of Bollywood, etc., who call themselves celebrities, own cars, such costlier than that to a number of them using illegal money. Now, here I'd like to give another piece of news. See, there was on Twitter, Amisha Patel, the one who you always see with Rajiv Shukla. There are photos of Rajiv Shukla, catching her cheek, or being very cozy with her while speaking to Shah Rukh Khan. It's also rumored that he has given her a mansion in South Africa. Now, this girl sends a text on Twitter to Ahmed Patel's son, Faisal. And you know what he does in return? He says, "Will you marry me?" Can you imagine? And this girl has been friends with everybody from Amar Singh, to everybody who can, fund it looks like, So that's an item that really caught my eye because these people have absolutely no scruples. Meenaji, Jaydev, still no conclusion to Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. Many investigations have died or retired. Those retired are willing to talk about the role of the Congress in America. We very well know Shobha, who is behind the killing. And we also know why those killers were also given, sort of concessions when they were in prison, and why they were, given such friendly treatment by the Gandhi family. Okay, so these things are all very clear.
I mean, what happened to Intel at that point of time when he was assassinated in Sri Perumbudur, right? How come the intelligence failed
Yeah, because
at that
everything
point?
seemed to have been manipulated, Jerry. Look at who was in power at that time. Yes, madam. Sitaram's party in Kerala is anti-national, and his tweet, not picked, but Kali Chiranji gets arrested for anti-Gandhi statements. When did MKG become unspeakable? Like, uh, exactly. Yes, I've said that. Thank you. Data is important for SSR's justice. How many videos, views, likes, demonstrations, how many hours spent on this movement presented to the PM will have impact since June 2020. When some YouTubers are asked some tough questions, common trend is the answers like connect the dots or socho or apne dimag. Okay. Yeah. So here I would also like to tell you, see, with regards to sending the letter, with regards to getting justice for SSR, this is a movement. I don't need to cajole you, nor Anuradha needs to remind you. This is your duty. If you're with our channel, it is your duty to send me letters. It is your duty to ask for justice. Because today, it might be their child. Tomorrow, it could be our child. So asking for justice means people are, focusing on the evil elements that are working against society. So let them wake up because of the public. And the more pressure you put, as Jaydev rightly said, the better, to clean the system. Yeah, I think that should be all, Jaydev, for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. And I think Tuesday, I think Saffron Tiger has said that he will be coming. So tomorrow it'll be a session with Saffron Tiger. And hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for your support and good night.
Good night.